Wow. LDWMA universe, forget the background noise. Let's just get right into it. Man, well, this is interesting. This is an interesting turn of events, huh? Very interesting. So, Dana White comes out and he just says, look, Kayla Harrison needs to stay where the hell she at. Okay, literally, this is what Dana White said. He said she needs to stay where she at. And, this is kind of funny because, Dana White was actually trying to get a piece of Kayla Harrison. He was trying to get that. He was trying to get her over to the UFC. He was trying to. And they have been talking behind the scenes. And, now he's just saying, look, Kayla Harrison can stay over there where she at. They pay her an absurd amount of money to fight the women that she's fighting. I've always believed that too. I co-signed Dana White. They pay her a lot of money to fight the chicks that she's fighting. And it's no disrespect to any other fighters, but, a lot of these fighters, these are bantamweights that's being pulled up. These are people that hadn't fought in a long time. Or, a lot of the people that she's facing, they're strikers. Okay, so it's almost like there's no real competition. The only person that gave Kayla Harrison, actually really tested Kayla Harrison was Larissa Pacheco. That's the only person that did. And I'll tell you something right now, man. Kayla Harrison was worried and she wasn't happy about that. Larissa Pacheco tested her hard. And you know what? Courtney King, Kayla beat the bloody living piss out of Courtney King, but Courtney King was able to be effective on the feet. And I'm like, what? Courtney King's striking isn't that great. When she fought Courtney King in Invicta, Courtney King was able to actually punch and hit Kayla Harrison. So I started thinking, what's going to happen when Kayla really run up on somebody who can stop takedowns? Until I really stop it, who can counter every takedown that she try to do? What's going to happen? Kayla Harrison going to get beat up, man. They keep saying that Kayla Harrison is one of the best fighters in the world. I mean, who has she fought? I disagree with that. I don't even have Kayla Harrison in my top 10. Okay, and that's just real talk. I don't even have her in my all-time top 10. Not even. Because who has she fought? See, that's the question that I keep asking. Who has she fought? I give her Larissa Pacheco. Some people say, well, what about Cindy? Cindy didn't walk past her prime. She passed her prime. She been past her prime. Okay, Cindy damn near 40 years old. Okay, she's not in her prime anymore. Okay, she's not in her prime. Cindy gave it her best shot, but it's just what it is, man. It's what it is. Cindy isn't that fighter anymore. She's not the young 28, 29-year-old something. She's not that woman anymore. She's not. And the rest of the people that she fought, they're strikers. These are people that don't really have a ground game. So, to me, the PFL, it's just been tailor-made for Kayla Harrison to always win. It's been tailor-made. Okay, and now she's going to fight Taylor Guardado. I don't know how that fight's going to turn out. We hope that Taylor Guardado actually gives Kayla Harrison, some kind of test or a challenge. But I don't really believe so. I don't believe that that's going to be true. Okay, I believe Taylor Guardado is going to get beat. Okay, Taylor may last a little longer than some of her other opponents, maybe. Okay, or she might even go to distance, but she's not going to win. And I'm pulling for Taylor Guardado. I'm pulling for her because this will signify what I've been telling everybody. That it's the level of competition that they keep feeding her. They feeding her these people who, most of the people on her resume are strikers. Most of the people on Kayla's resume are strikers. I mean, she's going to beat those. She's going to beat them easily. I mean, they got a 1 in a million chance to hit Kayla Harrison wobbler, before she get in and get the takedown. I mean, yeah, maybe, but it's unlikely because Kayla is so athletic that she can close that distance very quick. But I tell you what happened. You see, Dana White and Kayla Harrison were talking behind the scenes. And you guys got to understand business, okay? You got to understand it. The reason why Dana White didn't do whatever he needed to do to get Kayla Harrison now, it might change. Because it's not the first time that we've actually heard Dana White say something. Okay, but then he changed his mind. Okay, Dana has been known to change his mind. But here's the thing, okay? The reason why Dana isn't very interested in signing her now is because she's not a draw. And I know people be like, man, but coach, what do you mean? I thought Dana White wanted to get her as the next Ronda Rousey. Oh, he won her. He won her bad because he knows that Kayla Harrison has the potential to become a draw. But the problem with Kayla Harrison is she hadn't beaten anybody. She hadn't beaten anybody of notability. Ronda Rousey, okay, we can say Ronda Rousey can't do this and do that. But we have to admit, Ronda Rousey fought the best. She fought the best during her time in her era. Ronda Rousey fought the best. And she beat the best that was coming up with her. Kayla Harrison, she's not fighting the best, y'all. She's not fighting the best. Okay, she's fighting people that are there to fight her. That's the difference. Ronda Rousey was able to do what she did because Ronda Rousey was good on the microphone. Okay, Kayla is good on the microphone. Ronda was good on the microphone, but Ronda actually, she talked the talk and she walked the talk for a while. Or she talked the talk and walked the walk for a while. Until, she got beat up by Amanda Nunes and got kicked into oblivion by Holly Holm. But before those two matchups, Ronda Rousey was beating the dog piss out of everybody. But see, that's the legacy. That Ronda Rousey built up this mystique that, hey, I'm unstoppable. She built that. And Kayla Harrison wants to do the same thing, but it's just, she's not a draw. And I think really on one of her TVs, it was on TV. Like Kayla Harrison only had 135 people viewed, okay? 135 people viewed about. Okay, that 135,000, my bad. Guys, that's not high viewership number. That's not. And we talking about on TV. Okay, we talking about on NBC. The PFL on NBC. That's what we talking about. That's not a lot. And so Dana White looking at those numbers and he's saying to himself, the damn girl's just not a draw. I mean, you don't think Dana White, they go over the numbers? Okay, if we're going to give this girl the money that she asking for, she got to be a draw. And he's not willing to pay her the money that she's really, really asking for if she's not a draw. Okay? This boils down to, it's more of a business decision. Dana White really does want to sign her. He want to. But I think what he's going to do is he's going to see how this tournament plays out. He's going to see how this tournament plays out. He's going to see if Kayla Harrison can actually gain some more viewership, gain some more fans, okay? He's going to see. Because if he's going to give this girl like a monster contract that she want, he got to be able to recoup and make the money back. The money just don't come out of thin air. You got to put asses in seats for some of these fighters that's asking for these ridiculous amounts of money. You got to be able to put the butts in the seat. You have to be able to do it. If you can't put the butts in seats, they're not going to justify paying you. Okay, they're not going to do it. People say, well, Conor McGregor get a lot of money, but, his pay-per-views do about $1 million every time he touch an octagon. So, of course, they're going to pay him, okay? They should be paying John Jones and Francis Ngannou. They should be paying them. But if you want to be honest, John Jones and Francis Ngannou, they're not as popular as Conor McGregor. They're not as popular as Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey could come back now and probably do 2 million pay-per-views. That's how many people follow Ronda Rousey. That's how many people want Ronda Rousey to come back into the game. If Ronda Rousey said tomorrow, come back, I guarantee that pay-per-view would do record numbers. Guaranteed. But, there's no chance of Ronda coming back. She ain't coming back. If she ever wanted to open that door, Dana White would open the door and be like, yep, let's go. And he'd pay Ronda whatever she wanted, okay? He'd pay her. I even think Ronda Rousey would get probably upwards of $5 million to come back. Okay, plus pay-per-view points. Ronda could probably, if Ronda actually took another fight, if she did like a trilogy with Miesha Tate, if Ronda Rousey came back and fought Miesha Tate again, Ronda Rousey could probably make $10 million just to come back and fight. And that's legit. But do y'all think that, Kayla Harrison can draw that kind of attention? Kayla Harrison ain't had no rivalries. Okay, she ain't had to fight no wars in the octagon. She ain't had to do any of that. Okay, because she's only had one opponent that tested her and the girl damn near fell apart. If Kayla Harrison fought a bunch of Larissa Pacheco's, we'd be having a totally different conversation. And so would Dana White. We'd be having a much different conversation. The problem is, though, is that because Kayla's resume is so weak, nobody's going to really buy. Oh, hold on, let me get over here. Nobody's going to really buy that this girl is the real deal. Okay? And for DC to say, oh, she can go in there and beat Nunes. She can beat Cyborg. He's stupid. He's stupid. This girl, she going to get in there with one of them two, and they're going to stop all the takedowns, and then they're going to knock her smooth out. They're going to knock her smooth out. They're going to knock her out. They're going to knock her out, and then she going to understand what humility means. That's what's going to happen to Kayla Hype Job Harrison. Okay? Watch how this PFL tournament go. The tournament has been scripted for Kayla to win. And the PFL, they're going to actually, they're going to come up with a lot of money to try to keep Kayla. Okay, they're going to come up. I don't think PFL could actually outbid the UFC. I don't think they could. I don't think they could at all. But it's the nature of the business. Can you make some money? And then two, where would Kayla go? See, they would put her in 145 pounds, okay? Well, that's a dead division. Thanks to Dana White. Dana White killed his own division. He didn't populate the division. And then who is he going to populate it with? Who is he going to populate it with? Dana also said something, too, that kind of got me. He said, well, you know, she be coming in here with Shevchenko. Me, personally, I don't think that Valentina Shevchenko and Kayla Harrison could have a fight. I mean, it's just the weight classes are totally different. Okay? The weight classes are totally different. They would probably never have an opportunity to fight. That would mean Kayla would have to come down to, like, what, a bantamweight to even fight Valentina. And, no, Kayla could never make 135 pounds to fight Valentina. She barely made 145. And Valentina's definitely not going to move up to 145 pounds. He compared Kayla to Rose Namajunas, which we know that, you know, she'd never be able to fight Rose. However, when we look at pound for pound, the people on their resumes, yeah, Rose Namajunas has faced a lot of people. She's faced a lot of opposition. Kayla Harrison ain't faced that. Valentina Shevchenko have faced a lot of opposition. Kayla Harrison ain't done that. Okay? Amanda Nunes has faced almost damn near everybody. Okay? Amanda Nunes done faced damn near everybody. She got, to me, I think Amanda Nunes is number one pound for pound in WMMA. They can, DC and all of them can try to argue that Kayla Harrison beats Amanda. They keep saying she got an unblemished resume. Yeah, it's unblemished. But, you know, she fighting a bunch of people, man, who they can't even fight back. Let's just be real. Or she fighting talented strikers. But the thing of it is, she won't stand with them. She'll dare not do that. I want to see her chin tested. That's okay. She going to run up on the right one. Somebody going to stop them takedowns, and somebody going to test that chin. But it looks like we won't see Nunes or Cyborg do it.